Alive.
Alive.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to United
Welcome
Daily
to United
Pulse
Daily
video podcast.
Pulse
I'm Toby Avery,
podcast.
and I'm here with
I'm Toby
Gene.
Avery, and I'm here with Jenny.
So this is going to be our first
So this is going to be
recording,
our first
and lots of interesting
recording,
things to talk
and
about.
lots of interesting things to talk about.
Talking about Manchester United to Crystal
Talking about
Palace,
Manchester United to Crystal Palace,
and talking about the team news, injury updates,
and
and we'll also
talking
be
about
talking about
new injury
transfer updates.
updates, and we'll also be talking about transfer
But
updates.
before we continue, we would like to tell you to like,
But
subscribe,
before we
and follow us on
continue,
every
please
platform.
like, subscribe, and follow us on every platform.
So here we
United
go.
Daily NG.
So here we
Yeah,
go. Yeah,
uh, United Daily NG, like you said.
United Daily, like you said.
So well, yeah. So are you back now? I thought that was a break in feedback. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. So let's talk about Manchester United away to Crystal Palace. Again, we're going to London, and Ole's team news earlier in the day talked about how Cavani is fit and he has joined the training team, so he's most likely on the part of the team that is going to aim to Crystal Palace, and you know what that brings to us up front in terms of his experience and his pressing game. So we also have Pogba and Phil Jones, the only injury players as a doubt for that team. So going into this game, given that we've dropped 2 points against Chelsea, what do you think this game? What do you think the game is going to be? Also looking at the fact that Crystal Palace will deal without some of their major players like Sako, Zaha being the main person, Tompkins, and the rest. Um, what do you think is most likely to happen, or what do you think should United should be doing that they didn't do right in the previous game?
All right. So yeah, Wilfred Zaha is obviously uh, out of that game, right? Um,
Yeah,
Welcoming Cavani back to the team, and yeah, I'm hoping we can get. Playing such teams is always kind of tricky.
yeah,
Playing Crystal Palace. We've had a couple of games where you know they surprised us. Let me use the word surprised us. And yeah, like I said, it's a tricky game against Crystal Palace. Even though they're without Louis Wilfred Zaha, I feel they can still
yeah,
be uh, can
dangerous.
still be yeah, they can still be dangerous because they still have other players with quality. Uh, yeah, they still got Christian Benteke. They got Christian Benteke scored the late
Yeah,
winner in the last game they played, I think. Uh,
Crystal Benteke is out on injury
yeah, and they
too.
got this guy from. Oh, he's also out. Wow.
Yes,
So
so they have a
yeah, I
packed
don't
team.
know. Crystal Palace. I wouldn't say it to
Giving
be a
the
walk in the park. I wouldn't say
yes,
it's a bit.
don't forget. Yes, don't forget they give us our first visit of the Premier League. Yes.
Yeah, they
So
did. Yeah, last season, right?
yes, no, this season when Ole had to give the excuse that we didn't have enough preparation before we began the season,
Oh yeah,
given the fact that we
that
played more
was earlier
games.
this season.
Yes, earlier this season. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It feels
Crystal
like a
Palace
long
always a
season.
tough game. Yes. but we've never lost at their ground in a very long while. So we're hoping that we'll get
Mm,
there, we'll go there and we'll pick up
yeah.
victory. But what would be like your preferred 11 to start the game? Given that now we have options, we have Martial, we have Cavani, we have Greenwood, we
Yeah, my
have James.
preferred
I,
11 would.
Mhm. I'm listening. Your preferred 11.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I really can't hear you. Okay, so up front, yeah, up front, I want Cavani to start that game, even though he's just come
Okay.
back from injury. But I would like for him to start that game. Uh, Marcus Rashford playing on the left wing. I still want to see. I would like to see either of Mason Greenwood or Daniel James on the right.
Okay.
Uh, Bruno Fernandez just in the hole. I want to see Matic back in the squad. Matic and probably McTominay back in the squad. I'm not too. I don't know. The last game, Fred and McTominay didn't really seem like
Yeah,
they didn't really
McTominay
seem
was
like
just the
it
odd
in
one.
the last game because it looked like Chelsea. Yeah, it seemed like Chelsea had the midfield. They won that battle in the midfield in the last game or at the earlier stages
Mm,
of the game against Chelsea on Sunday.
Chelsea.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping to see Nemanja Matic and either of Fred and Scott McTominay in midfield. I want to see Bailey
Okay.
back in the team at the back, partnering Maguire. Then yeah, Luke Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Then in goal,
Yeah.
I don't mind seeing Dean Henderson back in the fold.
Chelsea. I know that's what you want. It's not far from what I want, but we all know that Scott McTominay and Matic have not been the best of partnership when it comes to midfield. Don't know why,
I've not been a
but
good pairing.
probably yeah, but probably now that McTominay is in good form this season, it's all down to probably maturity and something like that.
Yeah,
So
Matic has always Matic has also been
yeah,
in good form in the last. I think the last game he played, I liked the fact that he was swinging those passes in areas where, in hard to reach areas where you know how Pogba always sends those long balls. He was
yes,
sending
those
some
line
really nice.
breaking passes, yes. Yeah. For me, this is the thing, huh? Regardless of the side we feel, we can't afford to drop more points. Even if we are not going to win the league, I expect us to go into that game and make a big statement. It's Crystal Palace. You wouldn't underestimate them, but at the same time, you need to just let people know that yes, this second place is no fluke. That's the thing. And I want the players to be more decisive going forward in the final third of the game. But that being said, we'll go to the next thing on the line. We'll talk about the transfer roundups. But before we do that, make sure you like, subscribe on every platform that you find us and our content. We are on our way to 1,000 on YouTube, and we're targeting 3,000 for Twitter. And also follow us on Instagram and like our content because we're a fan channel for the Nigerian days, and nothing like this has been done before. So going forward, let's talk about transfer rumors. We've been Manchester United have been linked with Varane, Rafael Varane of Real Madrid. Think and rumor says Varane and Real Madrid are not going to be getting along this time around, and he will probably prefer to see his contract out because they are not going to meet up with what he values to be what he should be earning. Looking at what we have in defense, don't you think if Varane going for Varane automatically is a upgrade of what we have?
Question. Okay, so my question is, okay, let's they, let's say they do let Varane go, who are they going to replace Varane with? So I don't really see that transfer happening. I don't really see
Okay.
United with that transfer. Probably for Ramos. Got a call coming in. Oh shit. One second.
So Varane, not for him, but let's not forget that Madrid are going for David Alaba, and they're probably going through a rebuild. Varane will probably be the best option. I think he elevates our defense, although he's not been the best of form this season for Real Madrid, but it's still like a preferred option to what we have and there and makes Maguire very good. If you look at Eric Bailey hasn't been fit and he hasn't been able to maintain his fitness. So you're back. Before you came back, I was talking about how Varane is a better option and why Madrid are going for David Alaba because they're also going through a rebuild process. And what Varane does is okay. So we lost him there. What Varane does is Varane makes our defense better. So going forward, Manchester United has also been linked with Andres Silva, Porto, former Porto and AC Milan striker who is playing for Eintracht Frankfurt and is been on terrific form this season. Andres Silva has been involved in 22 goals involvement, scoring 19 and making 2 assists for Frankfurt. If we are to miss out on Aland, it will be the best. I think he's one of the good prospects around. He's still young, he's 25. He comes into the team. I think he should be able to elevate the team. He has a Portuguese in Bruno Fernandes who could also help him to settle well into that team. I think that would be a major upgrade to what we have presently in the center forward line. Now, Cavani has come and he has made massive change to the front line in terms of his mentality, his pressing, and the mentorship. But if we talk about looking forward in terms of future, Andres Silva is not a bad player. He's very decent. If we don't get a land, that should be someone we should be going for. And I think overall, we could also talk about the fact that we've struggled sometimes and we need such players who can give us different dimensions going forward. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Your comments too will also be appreciated. Um, I expect us tomorrow to bag the 3 points into the bag and we'll move on to the next. We've got AC Milan coming up, we've got Man City, and I only hope that we could also maintain this form. It's no ordinary achievement that we've gone 20 games away unbeaten in the league. It shows how far we have come, but also it also shows the mentality of the team and why we're not equipped to be competing for the title because we need to get players who could make the difference. Bringing in Sancho, bringing in a good centre back, and bringing a defensive midfielder is one of those things that is very important to the midfield, to the whole team as well because it elevates the team. It helps Ole's job to be easier. Considering the weekend when we played Chelsea, Ole had no option from the bench because it shows that he doesn't even trust what he has on the bench. So let me know what your opinion is about everything we've talked about. Send us a comment, share, retweet, and let's see how it goes. See you next time. Cheers. Take care.